Your name and badge number?
There you go. You want to record it with your phone?
No, why don't you just say it? Because I know that's your policy.
There is nothing more satisfying to watch than to see the ego of a police officer getting crushed. And that is exactly what happened here when these corrupt cops got the instant karma they deserved.
Sergeant Burke and one of his detectives will come and speak.
In June of 2024, First Amendment auditor was filming outside of a correctional facility in Trenton, New Jersey, when a police officer approached and attempted to intimidate him.
I don't have any answers for you. So I'm just... Excuse you? I'm on public property right now.
Excuse me?
I'm on public property right now.
Correct, but you're recording a correctional facility.
Is that illegal?
Can be. Harassment.
Recording's harassment?
Yes.
You can't turn a constitutionally protected activity into a crime.
Do you have ID on you, sir?
No, I haven't committed a crime.
Okay. I asked you what you're doing in front of the facility?
I'm taking pictures and video of matters of public interest.
What's that public interest?
That's all I'm going to say. Is that recording?
Sure is.
Excellent. Awesome.
The officer approached with a hostile demeanor, trying to intimidate the auditor and accusing him of harassment. However, harassment involves repeated behavior that annoys someone, which was not the case here.
Well, you're going to ask him to move along.
No, I'm not leaving. I'm on public property. Get a sergeant out here. Or a lieutenant. You give me illegal directives to leave. You know I'm on public property. There's utilities here. This is a public sidewalk, correct?
Correct.
So Ramos versus Flowers. I'm allowed to record police departments. Glick versus Cuniff. I can record anything out in public. Did you tell Google to stop taking pictures of their facility when they flew their satellites over? Or is it just me? So I'd like a sergeant out here.
Okay, no problem. I'll get one for you.
Excellent.
Suddenly, the cop's demeanor shifted when he realized that the auditor was well versed in the law. However, things were about to get even worse for these corrupt officers.
You do know
Right.
that it is posted no trespassing.
Yeah.
So you,
But if it's a state facility, I'm still allowed in there because it's open to the public.
if they tell you,
That's not true.
it is true. If they tell you,
No, it's not.
if they tell you to leave,
That's so. If I go to the police department, you tell me to leave, and I stay there. If I'm not committing a crime, I'm allowed to stay there. That's the law. So as long if this is a public facility, even if they have no trespassing, it's still open to the public. Until I broke a law, I wouldn't be in violation of anything. I mean, I don't know why you give me illegal directives to leave.
I just asked you to. I didn't demand you leave. I asked you.
No, you're like, move along.
Would you like to go along? Yes.
Right, under color of law.
That's a request. That wasn't a demand.
Under color of law, you told me to move along.
That wasn't a direct order. That was a request.
Well, it's an unlawful order if it was. But you did it under color of law, correct?
The officers clearly lacked any knowledge of the law and couldn't even distinguish between public and private property. The auditor was ready to educate them even further. They had attempted to detain him earlier illegally, but realizing their sergeant was approaching, they then tried to backtrack, claiming they were only requesting him. However, the officers were about to violate even more policies.
Your name and badge number?
There you go. You want to record it with your phone?
No, why don't you just say it? Because I know that's your policy.
There it is right there.
Say it. Say it. Name and badge number. Name and badge number, officer. All right. Name and badge number.
Officer Waller, 6635.
See how hard that is?
How are you, sir? How can I help you, sir?
How you doing, Sergeant? Name and badge number?
Foghorn Dilly, Trenton Police.
Do you have a badge number or no?
92.
92. Okay. So this officer here refused to identify himself verbally, so I'd like to file an IA on him. And he also told me to move along. Under color of law, it seems like that's a legal thing that he's telling me to do, and obviously I'm on public sidewalk, and it's not illegal to be on a public sidewalk recording. So I'd like to file an IA on that gentleman there for those two incidents.
It is troubling how these corrupt officers still fail to understand citizens' First Amendment rights. Even more concerning, the sergeant tried to side with his rookie officers, ignoring the law.
This is a correctional facility, and they called because you were out.
Yeah, that's fine, but that still doesn't negate what he just did.
What did he do?
He told me to move along under color of law of a public sidewalk with, to me, the threat of arrest, even though he didn't say that. And then he
How's
refused
the
to
threat of arrest
identify
if he
himself. Because he told me to move
Right
along.
on his thing.
I let him record my name.
that's not what your policy is. Your policy says you're supposed to identify yourself, not just by pointing at your titty and saying, here it is. You don't say that to a judge, right? Hey, judge, look at... And just... You still can't say his name and badge number. You did, he did, no problem. You know, ego's got to go.
The auditor filed a complaint against the officer right on the spot and further educated the officers on their legal obligation.
So exactly where's their property line at?
I'm actually trying to figure that out.
I don't have it mapped out. I'm
Yeah,
not
we'd
the,
have to go down to the city and get the lot.
And is there a way for you to find out if that's public property or not? If that's a public facility?
I don't know if anybody in the facility.
And this guy's demanding my ID and stuff like that. He's not a cop. Even you guys can't get my ID. I haven't broken a law.
The gentleman in there.
Yeah, the gentleman with the blue shirt on. I mean, I haven't broken a law. You guys know that.
He's like, over here, I don't said you did.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I totally agree with it. I mean, but telling me to move along.
I just asked you.
Yeah, but under color of law, you're like, yeah, you need to move.
The auditor really taught some crucial law lessons to these corrupt cops, but he wasn't finished yet as he delivered another sucker punch to an officer violating another law.
Badge number? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You guys, you have your seatbelt on? No? So we don't wear seatbelts? What are we doing in this town? So you guys don't have a policy to wear seatbelts either?
Have a good day, sir. All right.
No, I'm following an IA. So that officer right there doesn't have a seatbelt on. Sergeant. Excuse me, Sergeant.
I heard you. Have a good day. I heard you. 934.
All right, no problem. I'll do an IA on you. You just want to walk away? You got your officers here with no seatbelts on? You got officers here with no seatbelts on.
Have a good day.
So your policy is not to have seatbelts on? Huh?
Cops were destroyed like they have never been encountered before. They truly had no basis for their statements and were instantly owned and humbled. These cops were instantly owned, but you'll be surprised to see what happens with this next officer.
You didn't have that.
This is your money?
Yes, I heard him crumble it up. Thank you. Thank you. All that's been recorded, right? That's my money.
On March 14th, 2024, Officer Henry Chapman responded to a traffic stop. The driver, Moncray Moon, was found to have an outstanding arrest warrant and then placed in handcuffs. But what happened next took a turn for the worse.
Sir, come on, step back here. Go ahead and place that call. Touch phone on the top of it.
What am I doing? I'm explaining everything to you. That's why I'm having you out.
So you are under arrest at this time. You have a warrant out for your arrest.
A warrant for what?
I'm going to show it to you in a moment, okay? Is this your car?
It's my girlfriend's car.
Your girlfriend's car. Can he drive it, the guy that's in the passenger seat?
Yes, sir. It's all right.
Right here in the party.
Step feet right just a little bit. Okay. I'll get this step out your way.
After Moncray was arrested, the officers discovered that he had $8,000 in cash. Instead of giving the money to Moncray's passenger, as protocol required, Officer Chapman decided to take it to the police station. That decision sparked a major issue.
What is that? I get cash.
No, that's going with you. That's going to be with you. We're not giving that to anybody else. We got that off you, so it's staying with you, so you know we didn't take none, and none's going to be missing. All right, but I want this money. We'll put this in the bag for you, okay? Yeah, here. Here you go.
I got you.
Yeah, she's counting it right now.
You're gonna watch me, okay?
I heard the early man get shot.
Moncray made a wild accusation of Officer Chapman of stealing some of his money. When a female officer counted the cash before him, the amount seemed off, further fueling his suspicions.
Hold on. Check it out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Question you.
Let me count it first. and
No,
then
can you look in between his legs quickly? Well, I think he just put some more money in between his legs. I'm sorry.
How much money did you have on you?
I
asking
haven't touched it. Can you just check in between his
Sir,
legs?
listen to me.
He's moving and everything. Look, he's moving.
Sir, I'm good.
Sir, listen to me. Tell me how much cash you had on you. What was the amount?
I
I just want to see. I'm not gonna lie. Can you check? I'm not going nowhere. Can you check your fellow officer for me, please? Hell no. He just touched my. I heard the rubber band pop. He told me, oh, I had to look. And he's moving. He's moving in between his legs.
Sir, stand right here.
I'm gonna stand right here, but can y'all please check y'all fellow officer? Please. What's going on? Look, he's moving his arm right now.
How much cash did you have on you?
Can you check your
Yeah, I
hands?
didn't.
Can you check your people? Because he's touching.
Yeah.
What's
Tell
going
me
on?
what's the
Oh my
total
God.
amount?
Officer Chapman's nervous demeanor said it all. His visible unease and silence only strengthened Moncre's claims. More officers arrived. Chapman's fraud was about to be exposed.
Right in his right hand.
Tell me how much money you
He's
had on
tucking
you.
money. He's tucking my money. That's a problem. Can y'all check him?
Listen to me. Listen.
Look at him moving. He's moving. Oh my God. Y'all not gonna check him?
Listen.
Look
Chill
at
out.
him.
Listen. Come on.
I've been cooperating
Let me tell
with
you
you guys the whole time. I'm not gonna lie. He just
I'm not
touching
gonna
my
allow
money.
anybody to take your money.
Look at him. He's moving.
But look at me.
Look at.
No one's gonna take your money. I can see his hands. I can see exactly what he's doing. No one's gonna take your money. She's gonna count your money. There's
I just
more money.
watched him touch my money. And you
There's
guys
more
didn't
money in
even
here.
check it.
You're saying that there's more money in here?
But what I'm saying is
Let me ask
that
you a question. Answer my question. Are you saying that there's more money in here?
what I'm saying is he just touched my money and went through 3 different floor compartments, and I seen him put it in between his legs. I heard my rubber band.
Moncre claimed that he heard his rubber band pop, which was enough evidence to claim that the officer was a thief. The supervisor then removed Chapman from his vehicle as tensions escalated further.
I'm saying, but he already moved and did a lot of different stuff.
Okay, come sit over here.
But y'all already let him move. Like, there's no way. Like, watch. That's crazy. I can't believe y'all just did me like that. I tried to give her the money. He said, don't give it to her.
Okay.
Because I went to Wendy's. I got a Wendy's
Okay.
receipt right.
But do you know how much cash you had on you? So I can count it out so we can verify the total. Do you know approximately how much you had on you?
I heard my rubber band being popped.
I just grabbed it from the seat to give to her.
That's not what you just told me either, boss.
I did. That's what I did. And I handed her the.
I'm not gonna lie, boss.
Envelope that
Have I gave you any problems?
No,
with
sir,
that
you have
in your
not.
car? That's all I wanted to ask, sir. I just don't understand why y'all couldn't. Like, I'm not going. I sit on my face. I'm not going nowhere. I just wanted
I'm
to.
asking you what your total was so we can count it out.
Now, this was a serious allegation against a law enforcement officer. And while it might seem unlikely for a cop to steal money, Moncre stood his ground and refused to leave until a thorough investigation was conducted.
I watched him tear up. I watched him look at you and tell him, like, look at you and tell you, no, you're not about to. I just watched him do way too much when I haven't been nothing but nice and compliant to you guys. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to go along with you guys' protocols and everything. All I've done was ask questions so I know how, like, to make sure I'm safe and my family can find me and stuff.
I understand.
And you guys' body cam is on, like I know.
Mine is on right now.
But I know for a fact what I seen and what I heard. And then when I asked him why was he like popping the rubber band on the money, he said I was just making sure something, but there's no need to make sure, you feel what I'm saying? Like, that's my property, you feel what I'm saying? And I know for a fact the money was touched, but it's a million compartments.
Yes, I did touch it when I grabbed it out of the seat.
I understand, so I don't want to argue with you, Mr. Chapman. I just know what
No,
I
sir.
Okay, so what I typically do is count out everybody's
You can
money
count it
in
again,
front of
but I'm
them
not gonna
so
lie
you
to
can
you.
see that it's accurate.
The money was altered before.
So when I turn it over to property, you can verify that the total we're counting out now is the total that you're going to get back.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? Are you good with me doing that right now?
Despite the odds, Moncre's claims carried some weight. It seemed Officer Chapman had chosen the wrong person to mess with.
Miss Casperson, I'm not trying to cause any problems. I just know what I know, you know what I'm saying? I know, I heard the rubber band pop. I seen him fiddling. He did not just keep his hands up the whole time. Like no, I didn't. He didn't open the door and say, you can search me. Look, you know what I'm saying? I heard my money. I'm a very great businessman. I just paid bills a couple days ago, you know what I'm saying? I just know for a fact that he touched my money. And then he was adamant about not giving my money to my wife or the cameraman that was with me, you feel what I'm saying? He was just like, no, you're gonna keep your money on you, which wasn't a problem, you feel what I'm saying? But him touching the money prior to just putting it in I've been listening the whole time. He asked for a small envelope. He didn't put the money in there then.
The individual refused to let the matter go, insisting that Officer Chapman's vehicle be thoroughly searched. Chapman stepped out, and it was clear that things were about to take a serious turn.
Thing is on him,
Look,
like,
sir.
it would be in big. No, I don't.
Look, I'm gonna show you right here. Look at me. Look at me.
all of you guys probably have kids out there, you know what I'm saying?
Look.
So look, this is all I want to explain to you guys. Most of the time, when somebody know they didn't, like when somebody knows for a fact they didn't do anything, they're not gonna just, you feel what I'm saying, like let you search them. And I don't have kids, you feel what I'm saying? But I know how that goes because my mom did foster care. So I'm like up to par with all of that. And on top of that, if I didn't do anything, like how me and you've been talking the whole time,
Yes,
just
sir.
like how me and you was talking the whole time, if I didn't do anything, I have nothing that I'm worried about. You feel
I
me?
want you to feel
Comfortable. I would have
Yes.
felt.
Yes, sir.
I would have felt comfortable if your colleagues would have searched you at the exact time where I knew where the money was. Because I seen you kept going in between your legs, and then every time everybody put all of the attention on me, you kept moving. I don't know if it's in your door. I don't know where it's at, but just like look. I don't even care to find the money, but how you know how you.
What they uncovered would become the ultimate karma moment for Chapman.
No, tell you.
I want you to hold me though, so you know that.
Okay. Do you see anything?
No, yeah, no cap. I'm not even gonna touch it. It's blue hundreds right here. It's all the blue hundreds are right there behind that receipt. Thank you. All that's my money. He didn't have that.
This is your money?
Yes, I heard him crumble it up. Thank you. Thank you. All that's
That
been
ain't my
recorded,
money.
right? That's my money. That's my money right there.
Sir, you've been watching me that whole time.
I seen you take it. I seen you crumble
Sir,
it up. Just
that
count
is
it.
not me.
If I'm right, it's gonna be around $1,000. If I'm right, and like I told you, I just went to Wendy's. I seen you still. Thank
No,
you.
sir.
If you don't mind, I just want to sit down so y'all don't try to say I'm resistant. I don't want to do nothing. All I know for a fact is I know what I know and I've seen it. I just wanted you guys to trust me, you feel what I'm saying? That's why I was just acting a little irate, but I'm perfectly fine, you feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I wasn't
No,
trying
sir.
I wasn't trying to expose
That
you
is
or
not me,
anything.
bud.
Brother, I just seen you steal my money. It was no
No,
reason for you
sir.
to pop my rubber band, brother. It was no reason for you to pop my rubber band off my money.
It turned out Moncray was right all along. Officer Chapman had indeed stolen the money, and he was brutally exposed in front of his colleagues who could do nothing but hang their heads in shame.
Mr. Chapman went in my money. He separated my money. He was trying to steal it, and I caught him. He put it in between his legs, and as his colleagues approached me, he worked it towards the door. He tried to make it seem like I was lying. I'm not going anywhere. I'm in full custody of these officers. I'm being detained. I'm not going anywhere. I don't want any problems. I'm not armed. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just pulled over for a traffic stop. He just tried to steal some of my money.
Okay, we're hearing you, but there's no need to say all of
No,
that.
I
We know
was
you're
just
not
looking at the
doing
camera.
anything,
No, I just know how it
okay?
goes. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to cause.
My camera's on the entire
Yes, ma'am.
time.
So what are we gonna do about this problem? Because he just tried to steal some of my
No,
money.
sir,
And I'm
I
not
did
trying
not.
to put any allegations on him. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm not using my words like to try to hurt anybody. I just know what I know. You his sergeant.
Yes, he is my sergeant.
Sir, I have 20/20 and I can read. I remember when you called him out. I could tell you everything he said to you. Perfect timing. This was perfect. Perfect that you called me out this time because you didn't know the protocol to how a federal warrant was supposed to be taken care of. Correct? Incorrect?
That's correct. That's just why I called him out to
But
ask.
you just separate. Whoa, so what was the purpose of you separating my money while you gave her money, while you just watched her count my money out in full? Because you just wasted you wasted an evidence folder.
Moncray, sharp and persistent, reportedly urged the cops to take action against the thieving officer. Soon after, he was escorted to jail, and things were only about to get much worse for him from there.
When she asked me, then I would have been like ridiculed or foreseen as a liar or something. That's why I didn't answer your question, ma'am, because I said that I had just went to Wendy's. I believe that's my receipt. I only ordered a 10-piece nugget and I ordered like a fry and something to drink, so I didn't know the actual amount of the money. All I know is when my girlfriend got off work at 5 o'clock, I was supposed to give her that money for the rest of the bills, and she was going to get her car back. I was in a car this week. That's why I wasn't in my own car, man. That was my girlfriend's car, Diamond Alexander. That's why when you initially pulled me over, and y'all probably have my phones, you can see the call record. I called her at like 4 or something to let her know, babe, I'm being pulled over in your car. In my eyes, I thought it was gonna be for the T-tag, temporary tag thing, the sticker, but like
It was initially just for your speed, I promise you that. Captain, his ID is on the dashboard up there.
Okay.
Do you mind putting it in my evidence file? Can I get like y'all names wrote down?
Yeah.
Thank you.
In a matter of seconds, Officer Chapman was the one who was under investigation. He was escorted into the police station and immediately began being questioned.
So, like, this is what's going to happen, all right? We have people coming in. Obviously, they have to talk to you, all right? So, I'm going to hold on to your weapon right quick, okay?
Yep. Go ahead. Just take the whole holster off. It's one of them.
QRS.
I got it.
Sergeant Burke and the ones that one of his detectives will come and speak to you, alright?
Anything, man?
No.
Just want to say I'm sorry. I got you, brother. Well, we're gonna walk out of here and close the door, okay?
Moving on, watch how this foolish cop was instantly humbled after he did something bizarre.
Stop. I wasn't doing anything. Stop, okay? I'm scared. He shot at me. Okay, when I say stop.
Stop, I'm not doing anything.
You got anything on you?
No, you can check
Keep
me
your hands up.
and everything.
Keep your hands up, dude.
I didn't do anything, officer. He shot at me.
Okay.
You can understand how frazzled.
Relax.
I was
Hey,
I'm
dude,
scared for my life.
Relax.
What do you mean? Why are you putting me in handcuffs? He shot at me.
Relax. You gonna let us talk to you, brother?
Calm down, dude.
Hey,
Calm down.
You want me to talk to you? All right, hey. Here's the thing, see? We roll up on this, we just gotta figure out what's going on. See, you ran up to me, I get you're upset, and you're scared, okay? I'm not saying you did anything to this, we're gonna get to
I don't know why he pulled up a gun.
Hey, buddy, I gotta let you know, body camera's on, okay? You're being recorded, okay?
Imagine being shot at and then handcuffed by the arriving cops. The poor guy was still shocked after being nearly killed by this psycho cop.
What's going on, bro?
Me and my girlfriend, I don't know if he thought we were fighting or something, and he came back of us the first time. So we moved out of the way. Oh, it's I think it's my pen for my cartridge. The cartridge.
Okay, sure.
And I'm right here. We stopped right here. He shot at me.
All right, get him in the car.
Why me? Why do I gotta go in the car for?
We're figuring this out.
No, why do I have to be in the car?
Nothing on him, we check him. Just in the car, buddy.
Check him, man. You got anything on you, man?
No, I don't got nothing. Why are you putting me in the car? You should put him. He shot at me, though.
Hang on.
Are you serious?
Listen, I've been talking to you this whole time, all right, bud?
Shortly after, the officers went over to detain Officer Cabrera, who appeared intoxicated.
My weapon's here.
All right, I don't know who you are. You a PO?
Yes, I'm a PO.
All right, I'm gonna just take this for 1 second, all right?
Please.
Where's
Nobody shot at me. He started attacking me. I fired around that.
This guy over here said this guy attacked him. While he was attacking him, I guess he
I don't know why he pulled up a gun.
tried to fire him or not. The guy said he did since the shots might have came off, you know what I mean?
Oh, brother, so he has to go and do a TRR. Off duty, not off duty, no matter.
An off-duty officer firing his weapon over a minor inconvenience is truly shocking. What is even worse is that he showed no remorse while the victim was left traumatized by the incident.
Hey, all right, listen up. What's going on? Talk to me. What happened?
So I'm at the end of the block, okay? I'm having a conversation with my girlfriend because I'm about to drop her off.
Okay.
And this guy pulls up in back of us like really aggressive. And he asked us the first time, like, oh, are you guys okay? Do you guys need an ambulance or help or anything? I'm like, no, like, we're fine. And he stays in back of us. So I turn around and we go at the end of this block instead. And he comes in back of us again. He's like, I don't know what kind of you guys are pulling, but you guys need to get the out of here. And I'm like, sir, we're not arguing. Nothing's going on. What is your problem? And he started getting aggressive with me. And then he started putting his finger in my face and grabbed my neck.
Okay.
And that's when I punched him. And then he pulled out a gun on me and shot me.
Did you get hit?
No, I didn't get hit, but I heard it. Everything was
Okay. Remember, take those breaths, okay? Take those breaths. Calm down. I'm gonna roll your window down a little bit, all right? Get some air.
If he killed me, if he shot me.
Hold on, man.
What would have happened?
Listen to me. You are not under arrest, okay?
But if he would have shot me, what would have happened?
You are not under arrest right now, okay? So
You're not under arrest. We're just trying to figure out what's going on, okay?
The ex-cop was still looming freely, whereas the other guy was detained in the back of the police car. Moments later, his girlfriend also arrived on the scene in order to speak with the officers.
Hey, what's going on?
Okay, so I'm scared right now. He shot at him for no reason. So he's dropping me off. We park right here.
Where you live?
At first, we went over there. He dropped me off. He didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. We weren't arguing or anything. This car comes in, driving fast and stops quick.
Okay.
And then tells us, are we fine? I'm like, what the hell? Yeah, we are. There was no argument or anything. He was just dropping me off.
So this guy just ran up and shot at you for no reason?
Okay, he came around because we were weird about it. I even called my sister about it. But this weird cop, or not cop, this weird guy.
The devastated couple was left reeling from the off-duty cop's actions. Officers like him are the ones who give the police a bad name.
No, he was dropping me home, and then this guy just comes at his face.
I know.
Like, he didn't have to shoot at him.
Where were you guys at when he dropped you off? Like, where's his car at?
Right here, that car.
Silver one right here?
Yes, he was chopping me off. We weren't
Where did that guy
arguing.
come from? The other guy?
I don't know. That was that weird guy. He stopped right there. We
Like
stopped.
in a car or walking?
Yeah, possibly, because they were puking in front of my garage on the other side of the stop sign. She opened the door. They blow through the stop sign.
Are requesting
And
fire.
then they stopped in front of my garage. I confronted them about it. I asked them if they needed help, if they needed an ambulance.
Finally, after some investigation, the officers decided to uncuff and release the victim.
Turn around.
Try to control your breathing, man, okay?
In through your nose, out through your mouth, okay? Okay. You're not hurt or anything, right? I don't see any. Was your girlfriend in the car?
She was there the whole time. She's seen
Where's she
everything. She's over there.
She's over there? Okay.
Have a seat.
Have a seat, okay?
Okay.
Just relax.
The victim was released without charges, while Officer Cabrera was charged with attempted murder. However, a plea deal resulted in the officer receiving just 24 months of probation. Meanwhile, the victim secured a $200,000 settlement from the city. Cabrera also lost his job as he was fired from the Chicago Police Department. Now, this corrupt cop got the beating that he deserved, but that is nothing compared to how this next cop was disciplined.
If you're that scared, find another job. Find another job. Come work with me. I'll get you a job.
In June of 2017, an Oxford police officer arrived at a man's residence after receiving a complaint about a lost dog that had already returned home.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
How we doing?
doing all right.
You have a Brindle pit bull
Yeah,
dog?
I got a brown boxer mix.
Brown boxer mixed dog, kind of a tiger stripe on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid, strong looking thing. Okay. Well,
Next time, if you don't mind, don't beat the hell out of my door if you don't mind, okay? I came to the door. That was a loud knock. I would never come to your house and do it. Don't come to mine and do it, okay? Now let's handle some business. Actually, hold on.
The man at the door was unimpressed with the officer's conduct, and the situation was about to escalate even further as the officer made another blunder.
Whoa. Hey, don't do that.
Don't do what?
Put some shorts on, buddy. What is your problem? You don't have to swing my door open. When I close my door, I was going to put some shorts on. Okay? You don't have to beat my door down. All you have to do is knock. I'm nice.
Okay.
Now, why did you knock on my door so hard? Just be honest. Just why? I don't know. I mean, just be honest.
Yes, sir. Were you here about 10 minutes ago?
No, I wasn't. I just got home.
Okay.
The officer was already irritating the homeowner, and to make matters worse, he began questioning his speech.
I was here earlier, and I didn't notice the change in the difference in cars.
Come here. Come feel my hood. Since you didn't notice the change in cars. Since you didn't notice the change in cars, you put your hand on this exhaust, and you let me know. Is it hot? Does it feel like somebody got off the highway?
I didn't.
Don't stand here. You can feel the heat come off of it. Stand here.
I didn't say you were lying.
Well, you implied. Come
No,
here.
I'm not.
You ain't even got to touch it. Just come.
I can feel the heat
Thank
standing
you.
here.
God, man. So what's the problem? Now, all this could have been settled differently if you didn't beat the heck out of my door. I would have came to the door nice.
Okay.
But you've changed the situation. So what is the business now?
The man explained that he had just arrived home and had no idea his dog had gotten loose.
I mean, and I know he breaks out. I discipline him too. And he's wrong. But the way you come knock on, beat my door down,
Yes, sir.
that's a no-no. And then swing my door back open after I closed it, don't you ever do that again. You hear me?
Excuse me?
You cannot open my door. You cannot open my door when I close my door.
I can't.
No, can you? You can open when I close my door and say, I'm getting my shorts to come talk to you. You cannot open my door again.
Do not swing my door open.
I cannot open your door.
You cannot open my door. You tell me what law says you can open my door.
The officer had quite a weird reason for opening the door, and as he tried to appear calm, he was once again owned by the individual.
It's what law says that you can.
Can I trust that you don't have a gun?
Why would I have a gun? Now we're getting it. Why would I have a gun?
Can I trust that you don't?
Why would I have a gun?
Can I trust?
I'm saying, why would I have a gun?
Can I trust that you don't?
Why would I have a gun? Why does a gun even come up?
Can I trust that you don't? Because it's officer safety.
Officer safety would have been tapping on the door nice and having some backup if you fear for your life that I had a gun. But no, you come beat my door down right when I got off work, right from watching the news. You know how that feels? Think if you got off a shift and I come beat your door down. I didn't do nothing wrong to you. That's wrong. Don't do that. And then when I closed the door, was I not in my boxers? Tell the truth, was I in my boxers?
You were in shorts.
Oh, now you're lying. Why do you do this? I mean, why? Why are you even an officer if you want to do this? Why? Why?
Right.
Why?
The officer tried using the same tired excuse of officer safety, but the homeowner quickly dismantled that narrative, shutting him down with logic and confidence.
I'm saying why? Why? If you want to lie like this, was I not? Tell the truth. Just be truthful. Was I in my boxers?
You were in shorts.
Okay. Do I have different shorts on now?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. So I have different shorts on now. Okay.
Yeah.
Were I in these when you came to the door?
Right.
I was in these.
You know that I'm videoing this too,
Okay,
right?
but I'm videoing it for me.
Okay.
Okay? We're gonna video it for me because you don't care about me. You beat my door down and you said I have a gun.
No, I didn't.
Okay, how did the gun come up? Did you bring it up or did I bring it up?
I asked you.
No. That's a yes or no question.
You
Did you bring the gun up or did I bring the gun up?
Right.
I didn't bring a gun into this situation. You did. We were talking about a dog. You come beat my door down, then you accused me of not answering your door the first time. I wasn't here.
The man, who happened to be a sports teacher, turned out to know quite a lot about the law and disciplining poor police officers. Watch how he tears down the pathetic cop and tells him to get a job that he's safer at.
We shouldn't have to go there. You should treat me as a man and I treat you as a man. That's why I'm out here having a talk with you instead of sitting in the house and not answering.
Right,
Okay?
right.
I'm a man. Treat me like a man. I'm the homeowner of this. Do not open my door when I close my door telling you that I went to go get my boxers. I know where my dog is. The first thing on your mind was, did I have a gun? Y'all itch to use those things so bad.
For
You're
my
so
own
scared.
safety.
I know. For you to be safe. If you're that scared, find another job. Find another job. Come work with me. I'll get you a job.
Where?
Chronospan.
Okay.
The chemical planet Chronospan.
Okay.
You want a job there? Should I call John Cannell now?
No.
You don't want a job? You want to be an officer? You want to be a real officer or do you want to be a harasser? Okay? I'm looking at you like a man. Treat me like a man. Okay?
Why did you step toward me when you...
Because I want to look into your eyes. I have no weapon. You can pat me down so you can be safe. Here, you can pat me down so you can be safe.
The officer was left completely speechless, unable to come up with a response. Now, this guy could definitely make a great lawyer or even an impressive auditor.
You came violent at me when you on my door. Don't do that. Don't do that on my door. Do you do that to your mom's door? Do you do that to other people's door? Huh? And then you implied that I was lying by saying I just got home. Why I don't get the benefit of the doubt and you must have the benefit of the doubt?
I didn't imply
I'm a first-class citizen, brother.
I didn't imply you were lying. I said I admitted fault in saying that I didn't notice the change in cars
That
like
beat
the
on
one.
my door let me know you thought I was lying.
No,
I know you don't
were.
know and you don't care. That's the problem.
I don't know
Go
where you
police
were.
another community if you're not going to treat this one right. The community that plays, I coach in this community. I try to do everything. I pick up trash. I volunteer in this community. And for me to be treated like this, it hurts, man.
Okay.
I go to work just like you. If you want a question, ask me. Don't swing my door back open when I told you I was coming back to get my shorts.
Okay.
This tyrant got instant karma. He probably never imagined that one bad decision would lead to such massive embarrassment.
Don't do that. Why would you do that to another man's house? Why would you even do that? What kind of man would do that? Why would you do that?
You walked away angrily?
I walked away angrily after you beat on. No, I said, let me get my shorts. Okay?
After you
I don't
told
come,
me,
and that shows what type of person I am.
Okay.
I'm a respectful person. I didn't want to come out with my balls hanging.
okay.
I wanted to put some clothes on. That says a lot about a man. What says a lot about a man is how they first treat people.
The lecture continued, and the officer made his way out of the scene with his tail between his legs, getting the ideal walk of shame anyone can see.
You make yourself scared because you start the violence.
I start the violence?
You start the violence, my brother. Did my door hit you or did you beat on it? Let's be honest.
I was knocking on your door, yeah.
This is the definition of instant karma. The ego-driven officer never imagined he would receive such a humbling wake-up call.
When you typically see, you ain't grown up yet, man. Just tell the truth, man. That's what I'm saying. I mean, the best thing, like I tell people at work, just tell the truth, man.
This ego-hungry police officer was humbled on the spot, but you won't believe the mistake this next officer made while on duty.
Did you just run from me? Sir, okay? All right, put your hands behind your back. I'm sorry. You got almost the same tag, same car. He must have passed you going through, and you turned off this one.
In November of 2022, a female police officer was on the lookout for a suspect when she noticed a similar car and pulled it over. She drew her gun and ordered the driver to step out and lie face down.
Hands out the window! Both hands! You got anybody in there with you? Anybody with you? Take your right hand up in the door. Get on the ground. On the ground. On the ground. On the ground.
The individual, who was later identified as David Wiggins, was just heading back to his home and wasn't even the person the officers were after.
Did you just run from me? Sir, okay? All right, put your hands behind your back. No.
Can I ask you what I did?
Did you run from me?
I was going home. I did not run, I swear.
After a few moments, these dumb cops realize they have made a huge mistake and quickly release the poor man.
I'm sorry. You got almost the same tag, same car. He must have passed you going through, and you turned off this one.
Yeah, must have happened. We had everybody coming to do.
Yeah. You good? Yeah. All right. You have a good one, okay? I'm sorry about that.
Now, this was surely a traumatic moment for Wiggins, and he immediately filed a lawsuit against the officers and the city. The case is still being processed, and we hope that he gets the compensation he deserves. But the actions of this police officer were nothing compared to this sick officer who caused his city a massive lawsuit.
What are you doing, dude?
Sit down on the ground. Fortunately, on April 12th, 2020, we missed the mark. And for that, Mr. Gross, I'm sorry.
In April of 2020, a Yuba City police officer pulled over an individual for drunk driving and proceeded to arrest him. However, he handled him quite physically and ended up hurting his neck.
And I'll bring a car.
I didn't do nothing. That hurt,
It's
dude.
called paying compliance.
That
When
hurt,
you
dude.
stop resisting.
Ow, I'm not resisting. Why are you doing this?
Because you're just not going with the program.
I am. Quit hurting me. You're hurting me right now.
Not
You're
hurting
hurting me, dude. You're hurting me. That hurts. That hurts.
The individual was later identified as 65-year-old Gregory Gross, a U.S. Army veteran who had just been dealt violently with and claims that he cannot stand up.
Yeah,
So Mr. Gross, listen to me.
Quit with me.
I'm not with you.
Yeah, you are. You
I'm
just
telling
did.
you the way this is going to go. Would you like to shut your mouth and listen?
You are not in control of this situation.
You are under arrest for hit and run and DUI. You're about to get placed into a patrol car. I was going to walk you over there, but you decided you didn't want to go with the program. So now you're sitting here like a 3-year-old.
Mr. Gross suffered a broken neck, leaving him paralyzed from the neck down. And shockingly, the officers showed no remorse for their actions.
Moment, I'm going to stand you up. You can cooperate with that. And we've done it again.
Are we going to keep doing this?
I can't breathe.
Are we going to keep doing this?
I can't breathe.
You're talking, you're breathing.
You're talking, you can breathe. Okay, let's stand up. Stand up.
Put on your big boy pants.
on.
You want to act like a man.
Okay, yeah, please. Let me up, please. Yeah.
Stand up.
Stand up. Come on, you're banned.
Mr. Gross fell to the ground again before being taken to the hospital. And instead of realizing the severity of their actions, the officers continued to mock him.
Be a man.
I can't feel my legs.
You can feel your legs.
All right, there's a wheelchair right behind you. You get to sit.
Stand up.
I can't feel my legs, dude. I'm sorry. I can't feel my legs. Dear God. Dear God, I can't feel my legs.
Come on.
I can't feel my arms, sir.
Mr. Gross, we are done with your silly little games.
Up next, this cop couldn't handle free speech and ended up humiliating himself.
You need something? You need something? Yeah. No, it looked like you put me out when you were going by there. Looks like you went like this to me as I was driving by you. Were you looking? Did you not do that?
No, you might have thought I might be stretching. I was doing this.
Okay, so you didn't...
No.
Okay, you didn't intentionally do that then?
I thought I flipped you off.
Yeah, it looked like you looked right at me and looked like you stuck your middle finger up in my face.
No, I was doing this. Yeah. You must be really sensitive at the super top month. Flipping you off.
Well, I don't need to make it personal, you know. I mean, you looked right at me, and I don't know if you were lighting a cigarette or you had
Well, I
one.
was doing this.
It is shocking to see just how thin-skinned State Trooper Jay Riggin proved to be. Even if Gregory had flipped him off, the stop was not justified. It's a constitutionally protected act.
First of all, I'm not an overly sensitive person, and it's the first time in 12 years I've ever stopped someone who I thought flipped me off, so I don't like that insinuation. You know what I'm saying? In talking to you,
thought I flipped you off.
I want to make sure that you're all right. Yeah, it's an unusual behavior.
It's unusual behavior.
You may not have been doing that, but I think you can agree that if someone was looking for the attention of a trooper, they're probably going to find it by giving them that type of negative signal. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't know, because I don't understand that.
If somebody were to do that, can we? That might not have been you. But can we agree? If somebody did that for a trooper, they're obviously looking for their attention.
No, I wasn't looking for your attention.
I know. I'm saying if someone did that. I'm trying to put you in my mindset from what I was thinking for a moment.
Trooper Riggin should have just ended the stop right away and let him go, but instead he seemed determined to make something out of nothing. Well,
now that I'm talking to you, I realize that maybe that wasn't the case. Right? You don't strike me as someone who would do that. I don't know that until I have a conversation with you. Agree with that? I don't know you until I have a conversation with you.
Okay, so I have a question. If someone flips you off,
Yeah.
What is the citation? What's the crime?
So if somebody flicks me off,
Yeah.
I don't know if they're signaling to try to get my attention because they need assistance or they need to have a conversation. Because obviously it's not normal behavior, so I'm going to have that conversation. Right? It's not normal. I'm telling you, out of thousands of public interactions, I've never seen that. At least didn't catch my attention, but it was so obvious what you did.
no matter how much the trooper tried to portray this gesture as illegal or suspicious, it is not something that he has the authority to pull someone over for. It is cops like these who cause their cities massive lawsuits.
Well, I won't take up any more of your time.
Well, I'm going to file a complaint with you.
You're more than welcome to. It's Trooper Riggin out of Salvas Barracks.
But I don't understand why, you saw I flipped you off.
I was going by there, and your middle finger was extended while you were looking at
maybe
me.
I was doing this.
Well, I also see that you had a cigarette in your hand.
Yeah.
And so it's possible that you had one hand up while your cigarette.
That would be considered freedom of expression in the speech. I'm going to file a complaint.
So actually, you're more than welcome to. So here's the issue: is that although maybe freedom of expression, it is so unusual that it requires intervention to make sure that you don't need help at the time. Are you trying to signal my attention or something? Okay, so it may be freedom of expression, but it crosses the line. Whereas it is so unusual that it requires intervention. And I'm not going to delay any more than I need to. Listen, sir. Once I realize that you weren't flipping me off, you're free to go. You understand?
The trooper let him go after 3 minutes of struggle, but if you think the fun ended here, you are completely wrong, as things were about to take a turn for the worse.
Now you don't realize I flipped you off.
Once I realized
What if I did flip you off?
Then we have a conversation. It wasn't pleasant for it. I have other things to do than to be.
So if I did flip you off,
Have a good day. Over the fuck as he pulled away, he called me an asshole and said fuck with the bird. I'm going to arrest him for disorderly conduct. There are multiple people around there. 240 Song, send me another unit to Brainerd Street in the city.
The trooper desperately wanted this to happen. He was just looking for an excuse, and here he had one. Looks like he has no clue about freedom of expression and has never even read the Constitution.
Okay, so now you're under arrest for disorderly conduct. Get out of the car.
I'm under arrest for disorderly conduct. What did I do?
All the people there saying fuck asshole, all the people there in the public, that's a crime, sir. So get out of the car, you're under arrest.
How am I under arrest for disorderly conduct?
I'm not going to debate this with you. Please step out of the car. You are under arrest. Step out of the car.
How is that disorderly conduct, sir? How is that disorderly conduct?
Although the first interaction,
I just got up. I'm having a coffee.
Listen to me. Ask me a question. Although the first interaction may have been an error, the second one certainly was not. And while your window was down, with your middle finger extended, you said, quote, asshole, yelled it, and then said, fuck you, as you drove away. And all that public there heard it and saw it. So that is disorderly conduct 101. Step out of the car.
The trooper's escalation of this event was scary to say the least, and now he was threatening Bombard of arrest. Just then, he took his rage to a whole new level.
Have a lot of...
Step out of the car. Step out of the car, you're going to be ejected from the car.
How am I going to
Step out of the car.
Can I meet you at the barracks?
No, you cannot. Step out of the car, you're under arrest.
Can I call your supervisor?
Do not. We'll be at the barracks when we get there. Step out of the car, you're under arrest.
How am I under arrest?
Step out of the car, I'm going to make you.
But, sir, can you explain to me how that is?
It's disorderly conduct. It is tumultuous behavior. All the motor vehicle traffic there, that's tumultuous behavior. You cannot do that. It's tumultuous. It's profane behavior in public.
I don't understand that.
Step out of the car. I'll lock the door and step out of the car.
Oh, my God, I can't believe this.
Step out of the car.
You're serious, sir.
Walk back here.
Oh, my God.
It wasn't a problem until it became a problem. You understand that?
Are you kidding?
Riggin clearly misunderstood the definition of disorderly conduct. His actions showed that he was unfit for police duty, and his call for backup only highlighted his poor judgment.
Hands on the hood.
Oh, my God.
Hands on the hood.
Come on.
And put your right hand behind your back.
Oh, my God, sir. You're kidding.
Other hand. Other hand. I'll take care of it.
I cannot believe this, sir. I cannot believe this.
The first one may have been an error, and the second one certainly was
How
not.
is it disorderly conduct? I'm not being disorderly. How is it causing disorderly?
Now, we can maybe agree to disagree, but yelling at and saying with your hand out of the window in front of what probably were dozens of people, if not over 100 people, in very busy Main Street traffic. Now, that's disorderly conduct 101. That first thing may have been an error, but after that, it certainly wasn't. But now I'm wondering, but now I'm wondering if maybe you actually did do that as I thought you originally did, because only somebody who then would have the audacity.
I was smoking a cigarette and I was using my fingers.
You may let me speak now.
It is unclear if anyone heard Bombard's words, but the officer repeatedly shouted them in front of the people on the road. Funny how that doesn't qualify as disorderly conduct.
Audacity to do that. Someone has the audacity. Actually, I've made thousands and thousands of car stops, and I don't remember any time I've ever seen someone consciously clicking the bird. So now I'm convinced that you did. Especially that behavior to actually get the end of the stop. Okay, so you are under arrest, and that's the end of the story.
Whatever. I don't know what to do here, so I'm going to.
What we're going to do is just be compliant.
Well, I am, but I'm not going to answer my questions, I guess.
I'm
worried about my car.
I'm not intending you to. I'm not intending to ask you the questions.
I'm worried about my car, sir.
Jeff, can you stay in there?
Sir, can you please? Can I please go?
No. Nope. That ship sailed.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Oh my God.
I'm all set now.
So what happens to my car?
Well, it says no parking on the side of the street, so it's going to get towed.
Where? Where does it get towed?
I'll give you a record of your preference. Come back over here.
Can I get my personal bag?
I can grab it for you, but you can't grab it. You understand you've been arrested, right? So you don't just you don't just fit to drag around your car now, right? I mean, you can't take around. You've been arrested. You're in custody. So all right, whatever.
It turns out the entire department is filled with idiots who know nothing about the law. The trooper discusses the incident with another cop, and he completely agrees with what he did.
I drove by him, and I saw his middle finger extended at me. Really? So I just went and have a conversation with him. It's like, you need to, what's going on? You need help? Right? I mean, totally unusual behavior. What's going on? He denied doing it, so I said, okay, maybe you didn't do it. And then...
He absolutely did it, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely did. So then we got to the car before he left. He, out the window, yelled, asshole, said, fuck you, and put me off in front of 100 people.
Great. I will meet you at the barracks.
It's outrageous.
I'm going to have Jamie sit with this.
Okay, yeah.
We're going to the barracks.
Right.
The poor victim was taken to the police station, where he was charged with disorderly conduct and was released after an hour in custody. The charge was also dropped some weeks later. However, Mr. Bombard didn't stop there and filed a lawsuit against the trooper and the city of Vermont. Ultimately, the city settled the case for $175,000, proving that Trooper Riggin is incompetent. This officer caused his city a massive lawsuit, but this next karma was even sweeter.
Well, as long as he has that fishing pole in his hand and he says he's going fishing, he can carry a firearm on it.
Okay. An open firearm?
Open carry firearm.
Yeah.
In July of 2024, a YouTuber who goes by the name of The Armed Fisherman was heading out to fish openly carrying a gun when a couple of police officers pulled him over and began to intimidate him.
What's going on, bud? Happy New Year. Going fishing right over here.
With weapons like that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's
real?
Absolutely.
Those are real?
Absolutely.
Okay, drop your fishing rod.
Hold on. Under Florida State statute.
Just drop your fishing rod.
We're gonna make sure we're safe.
We're gonna make sure we're safe.
We are safe. Hold on. You can't.
We're
just relax.
Hold on.
We're not saying you can't have them.
Hold on.
There is no open carry law.
There is.
There is no open.
Under Florida statute. Hey, excuse me, sir.
Just relax.
Sir, if you want to look in my backpack right now, there's the Florida statutes in my backpack.
Yeah, you can open carry with
yes.
the AR-15?
Yes, sir.
There is?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I want to see the Florida State law for that.
Hey, can you reach in my bag? Huh?
Not with the small gun.
Small and large, it doesn't matter. While I'm engaged in fishing, hunting, and camping, going to and from such an event,
really,
under Florida State Statute 790.25, Section 3, subsection H, it is completely lawful for me to do this.
To walk on the sidewalk with an AR-15
I can walk, going where I'm going to go fishing. Yes, absolutely.
Michael knew exactly what he was doing. As an activist, he knew the Florida statute that permits open carry while fishing or hunting. However, the officers clearly were not familiar with the law.
You can take the. I haven't been aggressive.
Nobody says you have.
Oh, then what are the cuffs for? What are the cuffs? What are the cuffs for?
You have an armed
safety.
I'm not. I haven't pointed a gun at anybody.
Nobody says you did.
Then why am I in cuffs?
Just relax.
For safety.
Okay. Where do you want to go?
I don't want to walk anywhere. I want to stand right here.
Okay, all right.
I do not.
Come on.
No, because you have
Are they loaded?
The AR is not. My handgun is.
Okay.
And I do not consent. I am going to go ahead and my first, my second, my fourth, and my fifth.
You have a CCW permit?
I'm not concealing a weapon, even if I was. The statute allows me to carry a.
To open carry.
Absolutely. Or if I wanted, while I'm fishing, hunting, and camping, I can
carry a firearm, a sidearm.
A side and long gun. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can carry a hunting gun, but
no,
not
it's a hunting gun.
Yeah, but not the pistol.
It doesn't matter. While you're in this,
okay.
We're gonna
double check.
Everybody's gonna learn a good, valuable lesson today.
Well, that would be great.
The poor guy was handcuffed without any questioning, despite being nothing but cordial. He quickly began giving the officers a much-needed law lesson.
My first is me recording you guys.
Do you have an ID in here, sir?
No, I do not.
Just your social security number?
Just look at the Florida statute, and we can go ahead and move forward from
So
this.
you don't have an ID?
I don't know if I have an ID on me. Okay. Normally I don't carry it because I'm not doing anything illegal. No, I do. You do not. If I'm doing something illegal, yes, I have to provide that.
That's not true.
It is 100% true.
Anytime law enforcement steps out, you have to
it is.
Okay. We'll go over it.
Yeah, we're gonna go over it. I would like
a lawyer.
The fisherman had a better understanding of the law than the officers. He repeatedly urged them to check the statute, but they refused to listen, continuing to bully him instead.
So right now,
you ever see any other people walk around with a gun in the state of Florida?
Yes, I have.
On their side, open like you carry?
Yes, absolutely.
Really?
Yes.
When?
Let's see, June 24th.
Yeah, how many people? How many people?
There were 7 people on June 24th. There was over 40 people at Miami Beach on October 28th.
Yeah, on the beach carrying an open gun.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I can show you videos of it. If you want to look at your phone, you can.
We'll double check.
It's so funny.
And if I'm wrong, I'll apologize.
Yeah, and I promise. And I promise you will get a call. And I actually open carry right over here by your substation.
Okay.
Day in and day out, dude.
Okay.
It's so funny like that, and it's so funny that you guys don't know your laws.
Okay.
Did you know the same Florida statute I'm talking about allows you to open carry your statute? I think it's under L.
The fisherman was stopped and harassed under the guise of officer safety. Now, it makes you wonder just how many people's rights are violated in the name of officer safety.
Why do we have a CCW? Why do we have carry concealed permit?
Because that was adopted. That was adopted in 1987.
So why do we have a CCW then?
That's only
carry and conceal in the state of Florida.
That's if I want to conceal it.
You can't open.
If I want to conceal.
They wouldn't have that law then.
But they also have another different law that clearly states the same reason you get to open carry your firearm.
No, because we're law enforcement, sir.
No, I know, and that's in the statute.
Okay.
It's in the statute.
Not for citizens.
I'm gonna, as soon as I get out of these handcuffs, I'm gonna show you the Florida statute that after I got my CCW, they handed me a pamphlet with the 790 statutes.
So you get your CCW to carry, so you get your CCW to carry concealed,
Absolutely.
but you're able to carry your gun open.
While I'm engaged in fishing, hunting, and camping.
Okay. Well, right now
I would like to get your supervisor out here.
Park.
It doesn't matter. It
doesn't matter?
No, absolutely not.
Well,
City
you're
and
fishing.
I was right over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you video, and I've got video of me fishing from this part all the way down to Veterans Memorial Park.
When the officers realized they had no grounds to arrest him, they began making some bizarre accusation, hoping to find something to hold him accountable for.
No, I didn't.
Okay, I can smell.
I don't. Dude, now you're trying to fish, and now you're fishing.
Okay.
Dude, I haven't touched nothing, dude.
Okay.
And I can't believe you just tried to insinuate that I've been.
I can smell something.
Dude, I
can smell alcohol.
Oh, something. You guys are killing me with your freaking insinuations. And
did you find the law? What was this? Let me see. What was the state statute again?
790.25, section 3.
790.25?
Yes, and then the open carry statute is 790.053, and it does say it is not allowed. But when you look at the 790,
it says it's not allowed.
Hold on, but
now there's another statute. Okay, go ahead.
You have to read the statute.
Okay,
sir. Just like you have.
So
to read
which one says you're allowed?
790.25, section 3.
0.25, section 3.
Correct.
The cops even opened the Florida Book of Statutes, but deliberately overlooked the statute that would have required them to release him from cuffs. It is truly bizarre just how ignorant these officers acted.
Michael, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm looking at this stuff that you have, okay?
Yep.
And I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it unfortunately ends right at the part where it discusses where you can have firearms. So is there something in here?
It doesn't, any firearm. It doesn't statute AR.
Is it in here, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. 790.25, section 3, subsection. You have to scroll through there. The whole statute's there, ma'am. The whole booklet.
Open to this because you're trying to make a statement?
No, I have it because I have to try to show law enforcement that they're wrong.
758, can you 10-9 that? So you do this often?
Yes.
And you come into contact with
I've got 40 videos on YouTube of me going across the state of Florida doing this.
Well, how about with law enforcement?
Yes. Miami Beach Police Department is getting sued right now.
Okay.
So, yes, because I'm being detained.
For open carry.
Correct.
Okay.
And they are being sued because it is a lawful activity while engaged in fishing, hunting, camping, going to from such an event.
Michael was being illegally detained, and to make matters even worse, the cops did something even more bizarre.
I would like to call my lawyer, please.
That's absolutely fine. I'll
right
give you
now.
a chance to do that, Michael.
Right now. As soon as I get out of this, and you can let me friggin' call my lawyer.
Absolutely, not a problem.
10-4 clear to signal 12, no tag, no 1025.
No, I do not consent, sir. Do not consent. Do not consent.
48.
If you turn that off, there's gonna be serious repercussions.
Okay.
I do not consent to you removing my camera and turning it off.
Okay.
You guys are a bunch of clowns.
The officers even stopped him from recording, which is yet another constitutional right of his. However, finally, when the supervisor arrived, he was about to deliver the perfect karma.
My question is, he does have the legal right to carry, okay? But we have the right to stop out, to identify and make sure
Middle item.
You got the information you need for an FI card? make
Can
sure
he
that
carry the pistol as well?
as long as he has that fishing pole in his hand and he
Yeah.
says he's going fishing, he can carry a firearm on it.
Okay.
An open firearm?
Open carry firearm.
Yeah.
That's correct.
I knew you could do it with a rifle, but I didn't know about a pistol.
So what we're going to do is you're going to unload his ammunition out of his pistol and out of his magazine right there. Do you have a backpack?
He does.
We'll put it in his backpack. Okay, and we're going to give this stuff back to him once we make sure there's no round in the chamber of that. And then
It's so refreshing to see someone actually knowing the law and not being a hypocrite. The supervisor took no time in delivering justice and shutting down these ignorant cops.
all right, did you hear me ask the officer to get on the radio?
No, I haven't heard anything because I'm sitting over here with my firearms. They're unloading my firearms right now, which
Well, for our safety, I
it's,
don't have a
I'm not
problem
going to shoot. I'm not. Who was I wouldn't hurt nobody. But anyway,
We've never met you, sir.
you don't have to know who I am. As a law-abiding citizen,
You're going to be free to go on your way. Put
what
that
was your name, sir?
inside the backpack.
I understand. And I just want to let everybody know on Florida Carry, these guys unlawfully stopped me. They took my camera.
I'm all
turned
for
my other
carrying too.
camera.
As long as you're fishing,
But this wasn't the end of it all, as the sergeant also apologized to Michael.
I've been to Fort Pierce.
How many times have you seen somebody walking around here when they are 15?
Probably twice. And they're all
Yeah,
they're either
the
with
past
me.
20 years.
I'm sorry that
20 years, dude.
20 years. I'm sorry.
This is a city. That's in the
1987, we used to have an open carry law here, and
I
now
know,
Florida
I'm
Carry is trying to
I'm
fight
well
for this
aware
open
of it.
carry right back.
And that's why you're being turned loose and you're on your way.
I'm on my way, but I had to be treated like a criminal in the process.
Well,
And
it all goes with cooperation and common
I was
sense.
trying. I was being cooperative. I walked up, said Happy New Year to these guys, and that's it.
All right.
So as soon as you guys leave, I'll go ahead and reload my firearms so I can get on my way and go back.
Yes,
to
sir.
Thank you very much.
I thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah.
You have a safe day.
Happy New Year.
Okay.
Perfect.
Take care.
Still waiting for that apology too,
I
ma'am.
handed it to you, Michael.
I said
You put it
apology.
in your right pocket.
Apology, not business card. You said you would apologize.
I'm sorry you were inconvenienced, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay?
heard that.
I apologize on behalf of the police department. Okay?
Yeah.
Please accept my sincere apology.
I will.
It's always satisfying to see ignorant cops admit their mistakes and apologize to someone that they wrongfully arrested. Michael packed up and continued on with his day. Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we witnessed corrupt cops getting the sweet karma that they deserve. These clueless officers learned the hard way that karma comes quickly and doesn't spare anyone, even those wearing a badge. If you agree, please show your support by liking this video. Also, if you enjoyed this video, watch some of the most brutal karma ever delivered in a courtroom.
The court at this time will impose a sentence of 90 days, require you to pay a fine of $1,000.